Good morning, students. How are you? I hope all are fine. Welcome to our today's class. Before moving into our chapter, let us discuss what we have learned in the previous class, okay? In the previous class, at the beginning of the story, we can see a countryman who is digging up his yam from the ground, and then he hears a voice. And then we can see his dog spoke up, and then the palm tree spoke up, and then the branch of the palm tree spoke up, then the stone. And after seeing all these things, he frightened and he began to run. On the way, he saw a fisherman with a fish trap on his head, and then he explains all the things that has happened. While explaining all the things, the fisherman's fish trap also spoke up, and then the two men together began to run. And on their way, they saw a weaver with a bundle of clothes on his head, and they are explaining all those things that happened for them. And then the weaver also taking it as that is not a problem like that. And at that time, the bundle of clothes also spoke, and this weaver also frightened. Okay, till here we have taken in the previous class. Okay, now let's move to the remaining session of the story. All of you take page number 19. Take page number 19. So read with me. Take your pencil with you and read with me. They came panting to the ford in the river and found a man bathing. Who are they here? Who are they? Yes, our countryman, the fisherman, and the weaver. Okay, they came panting. What is the meaning of the word panting? It is blue in color, so it has given there panting, out of breath. Because of their nervousness, they are out of breath. So they are panting. To the ford. What is the meaning of ford? A shallow place in a river allowing one to walk or drive. A shallow place in the river, in a river, that is known as ford. Then they came to the ford in the river and found a man bathing. Are you chasing a gazelle? He asked them. The man who is taking bath asking them, are you chasing a gazelle? Are you familiar with that animal gazelle? Yes, the picture of gazelle is seen here. You can see that. Okay. Then, are you chasing a gazelle? He asked them. The first man said breathlessly, my yam talked to me, and it said, leave me alone. And my dog said, listen to what your yam says. And when I cut myself a branch, the tree said, put that branch down. And the branch said, put me down softly. And the stone said, take that thing off me. So, first of all, our countryman, he explained all those things that happened breathlessly, because he is panting, right? So, he said all those things that has happened to him. Then the next one, the fisherman panted. And my trap said, did he take it off the stone? And the fisherman also explained what he have experienced. Then the weaver wheezed, and my bundle of clothes said, you'd run too. And here our weaver also explaining what he has experienced. So, is that why you are running? The man in the river asked. And the man in the river simply asking, is that the reason for this? Why you are panting, or why you are this much feared? Is that why you are running? Well, wouldn't you run if you were in their position? Who said that? Yes, the river said. Well, wouldn't you run if you were in their position? And the river is asking to the man who is bathing there, wouldn't you run if you were in their position? If you were in the position of them, wouldn't you run? Then the man jumped out of the water and began to run with the others. The man who is taking bath there, he also jumped out of the water because he also frightened, because the river talked So he jumped out of the water and began to run with the three other men. Okay. They ran down the main street of the village to the house of the chief. To the house of the chief in the village. The chief's servants brought his stool out, and he came and sat on it to listen to their complaints. The chief village, they are the persons who are in charge of that village. Okay, here our chief came out of his house, and his servants brought a stool to sit, and he is ready to hear their complaints. Okay, take next page. Let us see what they are saying. Okay, read with me. The men began to recite their troubles. Okay, four of them, they began to say their troubles. I went out to my garden to dig yams, the farmer said, waving his arms. Then everything began to talk. My yam said, leave me alone. My dog said, listen to what your yam says. The tree said, put that branch down. The branch said, put me down softly. And the stone said, take that thing off me. And here our countryman explained the things that happened to him. And then it is our fisherman. He is saying that, and my fish trap said, well, did he take it off the stone? The fisherman said. And my clothes said, you would run too. The weaver said. We are familiar with these things. That's why I am taking like this. Okay. And the river said the same. The bather said hoarsely, his eyes bulging. The chief listened to them patiently, but he couldn't refrain something scowling. Our chief was listening to them patiently, but he couldn't refrain. What is the meaning of refrain? Stop oneself from doing something. Read that once again. Stop oneself from doing something. That is the meaning of refrain. To interrupt or to stop anyone from doing one thing or anything. From scowling. Scowling means frowning in an angry way. Frowning in an angry way. And our chief was listened to the experience that they have shared, but he couldn't refrain from scowling. But he couldn't refrain. He couldn't stop the scowling. Scowling means what? He could the frowning in an angry way, like this. We will frown our eyebrows, right, in an angry way. He couldn't stop doing that because he didn't find anything unusual. Now this is really a wild story, he said at last. And he said at last, yes, it is really a wild story. You had better all go back to your work before I punish you for disturbing the peace. And what did our chief said? You had better go back to your work before I punish you for disturbing peace. It is better to leave all otherwise I will punish you for disturbing the peace, the chief said, because it is really an unbelievable story, right? No one will believe the story. The yam talked, the palm tree talked, the branch talked, the stone, the fish trap. Who will believe this? Yes, our chief also didn't believe this, and he said that you better leave now or I will punish you for disturbing the peace. So the men went away, and the chief shook his head and mumbled to himself, nonsense like that upsets the community. So on hearing the decision of the chief, the men, they are returned. They went away, and the chief shook his head. How to shook his head? Yes, like this. Shook his head and mumbled to himself, and he murmured to himself, nonsense like this, like that upsets the community. These people are upsetting the community. Fantastic, isn't it? His stool said. Imagine a talking yam. And what happened next? The stool of our chief talked. What did it say? Fantastic, isn't it? Imagine a talking yam. Here ends our story. Okay, I think you have understood the story and the chapter. let's conclude once again. At the beginning of the story, we can see a countryman who went to his ground to dig up his yam, and he heard a sound that which is talked by his yam, and then his dog talked, and then the palm tree talked, then the palm branch, and the stone, and he ran because of the fear. And on the way he saw a fisherman with a fisher trap on his head, and the fish trap also talked. And on hearing this, the fisherman and the countryman together ran, and on the way they saw a weaver with a bundle of clothes on his head. The bundle of clothes also talked. On hearing this, the three men together ran, and on their way in a river, a man who is taking bath is asking them, "Are you chasing a gazelle?" And they explained all those things that has happened to them. And the man didn't find anything real, so he also asking that, "Is that why you are running?" And then the river talked. And on hearing this, the man also jumped with fear and ran with these three men. And the four together went to the chief of the village, and the chief didn't find anything real, and he said that it is better to leave, or I will punish you for disturbing the peace. And at the last of the story, we can see that the chief's stool also talked, right? Okay, that's all about the story. Yes, students, now we have discussed the whole story, and now we can move to the exercise section. Take page number 21, and the A session we have completed up to 4 questions of A session. So let us now look at the 5th question. Now this is really a wild story. Who said that? Who said to whom? Who said that? Now this is really a wild story. Who said that? Yes, our chief. Our chief, the village chief, said these words to the who all are there? The men. Write it like that. Okay. The village chief said these words to the men. Okay. So 6th one. Fantastic, isn't it? Imagine a talking yam. Who spoke these words? Yes, the stool of village chief talked these words. Okay. Write it like that. Hope you have understood. Then we have discussed the first 3 questions in the previous class. Now let's discuss the 4th question. How many people were finally running? How many people were finally running? Yes, count it. The countryman, then the fisherman, then the weaver, then the man who is bathing in the river. So 4 men. Who were they? Who were they? I think you know that. So write it in your notebook. Okay. Then the 5th one. Why did the village chief get annoyed? Why did the village chief get annoyed? Why? Because he didn't find anything unrealistic. Okay. So that's why he find annoyed. Okay. The village chief didn't believe the story given by those men. So he thought that these peoples were disturbing the peace of the community. That's why our chief get annoyed. Okay. The remaining of the question. What did he say to the men? What did he say to the men? It is better to leave, or I will punish you for disturbing the peace. Okay. It is there in the textbook. Mark it and write it in your notebook. Okay. 6th one. How do you think the village chief felt when he heard his stool talking? How do you think the village chief felt when he heard his stool talking? If the village chief is hearing what the stool said, how will he feel? How will he feel? Yes, he will also frighten, right? Okay, that's all about the answer the following question. Please take the next page. In the next page, page number 22, we can see a question to fill in the blanks, the vocabulary section. So read that sentence. The first sentence, there are given some words in the box, right? What are they? Read with me. First one is fragrance, fragrance. Second one is courtesy. Third one is expensive. Fourth one is bard. Then the fifth one is chandelier. Okay? So read the sentence. The first sentence, it is common dash to wish someone when you meet them. It is common dash. Okay, which word will be suited for that sentence? Yes, courtesy. It is common courtesy to wish someone when you meet them. We have to wish someone. It is common courtesy to wish someone when we are meeting anyone. Okay. The second question, read that. The zoo authorities have dashed the entry to the aquarium these days as some repairs are going on. Which word will be suited there? Yes, the zoo authorities have, which one? Fragrance? No. Expensive? No. Yes, barred. Barred means restrict, to restrict. The zoo authorities have restrict. So the word come there will be barred. The word barred will come there. Bar the entry to the aquarium these days because there are some repairs are going on. And then the third one, I love the dash of roses. I love the dash of roses. Which word will be there? Yes, fragrance or the sweet smell, right? The pleasant smell. Okay, I love the fragrance of roses. Okay, then the fourth one, when all the bulbs were lit, the dash looked magnificent. Which will come there? Yes, the last one, chandelier, right? Write it there. And the fifth one, he brought an dash for his friend. He brought an dash for his friend. And the remaining one is expensive. Expensive means costly. So he brought an costly gift for, or an expensive gift for his friend. Okay, did you get the answers? Okay, students, that's all for today. I think you have understood all these, or the whole chapter and the exercise, and the answer the questions. Also, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, we can see you in the next class. Thank you.